dressing rooms is, I mean, it took me way back to my 8-round fight, no disrespect. I've seen that type of feeling again. You know, I'm no fancy dressing room. I'm laying on the floor, and I'm getting ready to go on about 11, you know, some stoppage because of the 12 rounds, 3 championship fights. So, I train so hard. Everybody here that know me, no matter, you know, how y'all might feel about my personality sometimes, but one thing that I just want to know before I leave this game, that I gave it my all. I gave it my all. Let me tell you, the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world right now is Floyd Money Mayweather. But I'll tell you, behind Andre Ward, who I believe is second, it should be. I ain't too far from the top 3, because I feel, because my age and the way I'm doing it, y'all. I'm not fighting 3 months. And again, it's no plea. I'm just telling you, I'm not done yet. This is the second door, like I told Richard. I really prayed on this and talked to my family, talked to everybody. I said, I must be the light heavyweight undisputed champion before I leave, because no one ever done this in boxing. And I want the hardest puncher, the baddest threat, because without a threat, I'm not saying I ain't motivated, but it won't be as spicy to y'all, it won't be so spicy to the history of boxing and the fans. And listen, I'll go anywhere they pay the most. You know how Richard thinks. He's ex-banker. I've been in Canada. I love Canada. They got a big fan base for Bernard Hopkins out there. And let me tell you something. This fight would do well at the MGM. But this is his job. One thing about Richard. Exactly. A lot of people's going to be bidding on the fight. And Richard always spoke for me, and I never get in the media and start talking and then let him go and clean up work. We save each other headaches by not doing it. And so my thing is, the ones I talked to many times, and I've talked to Dan many times, is that I set out to be the best in the light heavyweight division. I'm thirsty for that, y'all, like I was at the middleweight division. Believe it or not, I know y'all might think it's crazy because I'm 49 years old. But you seen a guy in there that can fight, that gave me a little some awkward problems, but I never wavered. Got hit with some good shots, but I never wavered. And let me tell you, I didn't underestimate him, as you see, my 12-round performance. I tried to stop him. He's tough. And I'm still on my drought of what? The last time I knocked Oscar out in 2000. So I can't get a damn knockout. See, I'll tell you, I retire if I get a knockout. You know I'm gonna be around 80 years, right? You know I'm gonna be around till I'm 80. I retire, y'all, when I get a knockout. Were you going for it? Yes, I was going for it. He wrapped me up pretty good. But yeah, I was going for it. Yeah, you're right. I never had a knockout. I broke that record. So that's over with. That drought is over. So maybe the knockout will come when I fight Stevens.
The split decision surprised you, Bernard?
It was. I mean, look at me, Dan. I'm 49 years old. Do I have a blemish?
You look so relaxed. You look like you haven't even been in a fight.
I was so good. I was so in my living room watching Archie Bump. Another page that I hope y'all don't get bored with. Keep sitting these pages right. Seriously. You know what, Dan? History is something that you just, I mean, money is great, but history is to me, is something that you can never get rid of. You can never act like it never happened in any sport. So I'm glad that Dan, I worked so hard for this fight. And you see it in the ring. That was 12 really action rounds. Majority of those rounds was pretty action rounds. And he pressed me. He pressed me and I renewed him. I had to use my IQ. Just like I used in the last 2 fights in my career, really, my whole career. A lot of these guys, they're in any weight division. That's reasonable for me to win. I mean, me. Whether I go down, whether I stay up, I'm telling you, I'll give anybody in any weight class. I don't care if they're undefeated, got lost 1 or 2, I'll give anybody a run for their money. If not, take their own and give them their first loss. No matter who it is.
You talk about setting up the right hand.
Come on, y'all know what it is. I mean, I mean, I don't want to down my own sport. Y'all know better than I do. What I'm going to talk about and scream and all that. I mean, you know that's ridiculous. But at the same time, I let y'all do that instead of me like I'm complaining because it is what it is. I mean, it don't make us look good amongst the NBA playoffs and NFL. I mean, we don't. It's hard when people tell you that, you know, Bernard, I love your sport, but it's the red light district. I mean, I got a lot of business corporate friends, and they look at boxing as the red light district. I mean, and that's one of the reasons. Like, who are they watching? I mean, you got 3 people watching the same fight and get what?
3 different scores.
So 2-time 116, 111.
Richard got it right now.
Even those 2 were wrong, you know.
Now I wonder what y'all have been writing if they'd have gave it to him split decision.
I had you winning the last 10 rounds.
I shut him out.
Absolutely. Keep on turning back the clock, making history. Clearly the best light heavyweight, no question about it. I agree with Bernard, he should be top 3 pounds. Fight after fight, he turns in these performances against guys who could be his son.
Bernard, can you talk about setting up? Bernard, can you talk about how you set up the right hand on the fight? Talk about how you setting up the right hand on the
Yeah, he's a straight up fighter. He leans back steady, you know. He don't have the best defense, but he tries. I'm trying to get him in the break. I won't give it back. But look, he don't have no defense. And I seen that I can hit him with the right hand, but he also waits for you to throw a right hand so he can counter with his. His left hand is appalling left hand. Just to set the right hand up. Do he got a little whack? Yeah, he can buzz you if he hits you right, but he's not a sharp puncher. He's more of a thumping, sledgehammer type of puncher, heavy-handed.
49 years old, 49.
I didn't do that when I was 30. I wouldn't let him. I think that he was really surprised of the way I can stand there and let him miss. I didn't use my legs up. I didn't run. You know, I didn't jump in out of danger and get back in. I stayed in the pocket. I had my better moments on the ropes.
Bernard, that feeds into my question. Could you please talk more about the mental aspects of what you did to him in the ring?
Mental?
Yeah, I mean, you were playing mental games with him as well.
Yeah, but I had to. I mean, I was getting rest. I mean, when you got to get rest, man, you got to, you know, shoes untied, you come up with all kinds of stuff.
You were demoralizing him.
Well, yes. I mean, there's no comment.
No.
I got to talk to the guy, and if he believes some of it, he won't hit me back.
When was the last time you had this much fun?
No, I promise I won't be
That's what I
When was the last time you had this much fun?
I was sitting next to Broner and Garcia, and they both said, "Oh, he's having fun."
Bernard,
I was having fun around the 4th round.
I can never remember a fight looking so relaxed.
I wanted to show that I could stand in the pocket. You know, Bernard Hopkins is pound for pound best fighter in the world. Floyd Mayweather can stand there in front of you and make you miss. That's a gift we have. I mean, you see me reflect punches and stand right in the pocket. I mean, you seen it was like, you call it the Matrix in film. You call it the Matrix, where you don't have to run and get out of position because I want to counter you. I was throwing him short shots with the karate shots. I never turned my hand this way. I stabbed him like this. Wow. As soon as he threw a punch, he committed himself. And I seen his ribs and I just pushed it. That takes something out of you after a while. I'm hitting lungs, I'm hitting your stomach, I'm hitting your ribs. And after a while, you feel that. And he said, oh, and he backed up. I said, I got it now. And that set up that right hand.
When you hit him with the right hand, how tough? What were you really try to block?
I wanted to be patient, not overshoot the runway and get overexcited because I knew he was hurt, but how hurt? And he went down on one knee, which is smart, and he bought some time, and I, started to try to get him again. He grabbed me the bell room.
Bernard, realistically, at this stage, how far up can you go and how far down can you go in weight?
And weight, it all depends on who it is. I wouldn't do it for 260. 2 rounds. 2 pounds.
I mean, you won't make that much money against me, though.
No. The far as realistically, the far as I go down, it's depending on how much time. I can make 65, 68, real good, real comfortable.
Can you talk about your trying to make
Excuse me, Dan. You know, I was weighing 81, 82 2 weeks before the fight, sparring with guys as cruiserweight so I can get that weight and fight at a weight that I know that I'm going to be fighting in the ring. I came in 72.3 on purpose. And I seen everybody face looking like who the hell fights at light heavyweight coming at 72? And I said, if you remember, Richard, anybody who was at their weigh-in, I said that was on purpose. When I fought Oscar De La Hoya, Barbara Arum made it strictly clear that I won't get that fight unless it was at 158 pounds for my undisputed middleweight championship. I came in, Google it right now, 155. Shocked everybody because I knew that they was using that as a negotiation stumbling block. Think I'm gonna be weak. I came in at 155 and everybody said he overtrained. Just like for this fight, I heard whispers, he got back to me. I did it for a statement. It's wait a minute, he's 72 and he only got to make 75. But I was 81 2 weeks ago. Sparring at Danny's gym with cruiserweight that can fight and got records.
Bernard, do you want to talk about
Right.
Something else big, I'll take that.
Well, I think it's a terrific matchup. I believe this is a big fight for Bernard, big fight for Steve.
Richard will get it. He'll get it. If he can make it, we're going with the most money.
I'm going to go and talk to Al and we're going to put it where we can make the most money.
Let's do it here. Who's left? Just Pete?
want to get done before you turn 50, Bernard?
I want to be undisputed heavyweight champion this year. He can have it on my birthday, my birthday on Saturday. No, seriously. Whatever between now and January, all right? If it's a week after January, my birthday, who cares? Y'all still promote it as he's 50, right? So that makes it even sweeter. Between now and January 15, 2015, let's do it.
Is this the best right hand you've had for a while? Is this the best right you've had
That was the
lately?
best one that connected.
Yeah. I mean, during the whole fight, it looked like his hand was down, his left hand
Yeah,
was
well, that's
down.
how he box. He European. You know, he blinds you with it, he dangle it, and then, you know, he try to punch off.
So you were going in with the right
Yeah, I
leg.
disarmed him.
Yeah.
I disarmed him from his right hand because I kept my shoulder up with the roll. So when he throws his right hand, it gives him the delusion that he can hit me, but it ricochets off my shoulders, then I know he's close and I can touch him. I can stab him in his middle of his chest, or I can stab him in his stomach.
Did he connect any?
Yes, he did. He connected. But I got a really decent chin.
Yeah, I know.
Anybody that been following me know that I can take a pretty good whack. I just don't get hit as often.
Bernard, even with the goal of doing that before 50, if you stopped putting timetables on the rest of your career, at one point you said you were done at 40, if you just stopped and said, you know what, I'm just going to keep fighting until I...
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be with Richard with that suit on. And we're going to be signing fighters and we're going to be doing promotion and boxing. With this man with the best suits, I already bought 15 of them, tell it too.
But at some point, I'm sure you will, but do you have any timetable on that anymore? If you just wipe
After
timetables out?
after I become the undisputed light heavyweight champion, if there's one big fight out there, and I think 50-50, he gets 50 wins, I turn 50, that'd be huge at 165, 170 pounds.
Bernard, you said that you talked about
I would love to do that, but let me get past Stevenson, because you know he can punch.
you talked about the beatdown that guys take when they fight you and how they're not the same. But this was more, he got
He didn't get a beat down. He's
about
all right.
mentally.
Mentally, he might not be right, because Kelly Pavlik didn't get beat down. Think about it. Kelly Pavlik didn't get beat down. But, I mean, showing off, listen, he don't have a lot of, I'm not taking away from myself, but he will beat some guys out there. But he went up against, a guy that's been around for a long time and fought the best. And hopefully he learned something from this, because that was schooling me. I was having fun. I mean, it wasn't an easy thing where I could win, but I couldn't, it wasn't a thing that I had to train and like that. You see, if I wouldn't have done the things that I had to be a professional fighter and take my job serious, there'd have been a problem in there. You agree with that? There'd have been a problem, because he came game. But there was a student in there, good student, that had to understand that he was in there with one of the sharpest minds, one of the two sharpest minds in boxing that's happened to be fighting.
And what if he's thinking, like you said before the fight, that he lost to at 50.
I think the student did.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think they never do.
What do you think? What if he is thinking that he lost to a 50-year-old, like you said before the fight?
Well, it ain't my problem no more. I mean, that's his problem. I'm not a therapist.
Dismissed. The class dismissed.
We were saying that it looked like you had a plan tonight and he didn't.
Well, I disarmed him. I think I said
He
that.
trains himself. He doesn't have
But now let's not get into all that. He got, but you never know who comes in there and help him. You never know who comes in Vegas. Got plenty of trainers, plenty of people that can tell you to fight. Yeah, my beard is great. But I don't want to. But I don't want to. But see, what I want to understand is, what people understand that when somebody said God doesn't have this and that, he's in Vegas. That's become one of the capital boxing entertainment places, and there's a lot of trainers that's in Vegas that I'm pretty sure he asked, how can I beat Bernard Hopkins?
Hey, what did you guys?
You know what I mean, and you got a lot of trainers that want to hustle themselves and say how they can beat Bernard Hopkins. Everybody got a game plan how they can beat Bernard Hopkins, just like everybody got a game plan how they can beat Floyd Mayweather. But when you get in there, it's a whole new different game plan. So to me, this is a fight that could have been an upset tonight because of how I'm taking this guy. Am I taking this guy serious? I'm 49 years old. I guarantee we're going to have one of the best, highest history ratings in Showtime. And I'm saying it now, nobody gave me a heads up yet. I got a feeling that it's going to be some big numbers for this Showtime double, triple hitter championship fights. And all three fights to me was entertaining.
B, what did y'all?
Two of them.
What did y'all?
There's no boos throughout this fight.
Not in DC, they love me. Kelly from this town, she made sure they own me.
So you think they really appreciated? My question is, do you think they really appreciated what they were seeing?
And Lisa,
Do you think they appreciated what they were seeing over the whole course of the
You ain't hear
fight?
nobody booing.
That's what I'm asking.
You entertained them.
Yeah, they want entertained. Y'all see my last two fights, I did things that y'all never see me do, come in hard nosed, but I see now that I live in two decades past my decade. And I see that entertainment and showbiz is a part of winning and part of entertaining. So I've turned into an entertainer the last two fights because I see that's what they want. And as you see, I'm getting a great response from them. I didn't take punches unnecessarily like I did last fight, let the guy hit me 3 or 4 times, but I did a couple of things to stay focused and step back into it because I did promise I'll.
Hey, what'd you say face to face after the fight? Y'all were close up.
Well, he was upset that I said things to him before the fight, and he's taking it to the heart. And I told him, I said, listen, rule number 1, I'm supposed to beat you before we fight. I mean, Ali was the best at it. These young guys don't know the history of boxing. He took it personally.
Yeah, you pointed to your head. What were you saying then?
Huh?
You pointed to your head when you were talking to him. What were you saying?
I told him the fight starts first here,
Okay.
and then physical.
Bernard, if you become the undisputed champ, is the plan to defend that title and maybe get that one title that's not in your arms at 175?
Once I become the light heavyweight champion, I ain't gonna defend it. If I do a fight, it will be one of the biggest fights in the world, and it will be 50-50 the promotion. Figure out what that means.
But you're saying that there's
50 win. I know somebody in boxing want to get 50 wins and break Marciano record, and I'll be 50. We name the promotion 50-50.
But
We'll do that at Yankee Stadium. We'll do that one stadium somewhere.
But 165? I mean, I don't think he'll go up to 165.
Well, let's not. We'll see. You never know for $50 million.
Bernard, what's the greatest individual accomplishment in sports you've ever seen?
That's what I'm trying
That
to
ever
know.
seen?
That you've ever seen?
In my
Still one belt missing.
Period.
Michael Jordan win, what, 5-6 rings?
Is what you've done here at 49, do you think that tops that?
I think that's up there. I think I'm up there.
No, go ahead, you guys.
Miami Heat winning 2 or 3 straight. Michael Jordan, Dallas Cowboys, Pittsburgh Steelers in the 80s, Lynn Swan, John Starwood. And I'm from Philly, and I remember them. They used to kick our butt. I believe, but I'm saying they won. I mean, if they win, I'm saying that they got a chance to win 3. It's gonna be tough this year. I'm a Heat fan, but I believe it's up there. And you know what? My thing is, Richard, that's what they do for a living. They would tell me, and I'm glad he asked me, but y'all would tell me, if not now, they're gonna definitely tell me later on in time, that I want to do as much as I can where you will have that discussion. he just mentioned. Where do you think you fit in sports, period? That's pretty deep to even ask me that. How many athletes will never get a chance to accomplish it or be asked, where do you place yourself at amongst any sport? That is deep. And I'm gonna give myself and my legacy and my name and my dignity and everything that I don't disrespect the utmost opportunity and chance